before we go, I want to talk a little bit about your brand new book. I know you spent a lot of time writing this book entitled Turn Around America's Revival. In the book, you write this, and let me put a quote up on the screen. The greatest nation in the world with a message of freedom, values, and opportunity is drifting instead of intentionally sailing. The mixed messages to our youth, a rapidly growing national debt, and a diminished commitment to our foundational values have disconnected us from our solid mooring. So what needs to change, and you write a whole book about this, in order to see this turnaround in your view?
Yeah, this is a book I've actually written over 3 years. So this has been a long project, lots of flights and such when I'm going back and forth to home, spending time writing or writing on weekends to be able to pull it together. But it's an emotion that I really feel because I'll have people that'll catch me and say, well, you're elected, go fix the country. And I'll smile at them and go, I do have a job and a responsibility. Every person that's elected does, but so does every other American. And my sense is Americans are feeling like that they're not connected to the national message in that sense. Somebody else is. And a lot of the book is each person should know their own calling, their own responsibility. We're Americans. We're not in a nation like we see several dictatorships around the world where people are helpless. We're Americans. As Americans determine what's my task, how do I help solve the problem, rather than just vote and ask them to solve the problem. What do I do locally, in my school board, in my family, in my community, in my neighborhood? How am I dealing with racism? What am I dealing with on poverty? Where am I donating my time to it? How am I engaged in solving the problem? People that gripe and are angry are often not the same people who are actually engaged in solving the problem.
And a big chunk of the book deals with faith.
It does.
And the role it has played in your life and how important it is.
It is, and I think people need to live the values of their faith. It's amazing to me the number of people that say they have a faith that they live, but they don't live that same faith in a political conversation. I'm like, we should live our faith in all aspects, our family, our community, our workplace, and also in our conversations. I'm a follower of Jesus personally, and he made this very famous statement about love your neighbor as yourself. Well, there was no asterisk at the end of it that said, unless you're in politics, then you don't have to do this. That's a principle that should be lived out with all people in all places.
Let's see if you get some bipartisanship going.
I'll take
the
that.
book is entitled Turn Around America's Revival. Thanks so much for coming in.
Glad to be able to.
You got a great state out there in Oklahoma.
I do, actually. Thanks.
Appreciate it very much. And we'll be right back.